Tap them in. Y'all thought I wasn't coming out tonight. Down by law. Boo boo. Down by law. Yo, it ain't nothing like the old school. What it do? We back in this place once again. And you know I had to do it once again. Do it every time, because I gotta win. Why you taking a leak and you see me in her? Why you gonna do that? Get your little nasty self out of that. What you do that for? Huh? Hey, what you do that for? If it wasn't past 12, you would have ruined my Valentine's Day. I thought, hey, come here. I thought you was my Valentine's Day. Oh, that's your Valentine's. My bad, little homie. My bad, little homie. My bad, little homie. Y'all, my bad, little homies. I thought you was my Valentine's Day. What's Let them know who in the building. Mr. Platinum. I know I'm late. Let's get safe. What it do? For me to you, what it do? What's up, Miss Sinatra? I feel you down there licking on my pants. What's up, girl? I feel you. What's up? thing, do your thing then. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Mr. Platinum Paws back again with y'all. As you know, today, first of all, I hope everybody that got somebody, and even that ain't got nobody, I hope y'all had a good Valentine's Day. See how late I'm moving. It's 1:30 a.m. And I got a bunch of dogs that's home and mad right now. Today was a day I was out. I had a birthday party. I had to throw it, so I'm kind of late, as you can see. But I'm here though. That's all that matters. We here, and let's get it cracking. So today, if you read the topic, if you read the title, I told y'all, I'm gonna teach y'all where these Merles come from. Where these exotic Merles come from. Go on outside. I'm gonna tell you where the exotics come from. I'm gonna tell y'all where these exotics come from. Hold on, man. Go ahead. Soon as they give me a chance to let y'all know, I'm gonna talk about where these exotic Merles come from. Now these exotic Merles, okay. First of all, let's define a Merle. A Merle is, okay, we're gonna talk about the bully Merle though. Let's get that clear cut. You got different Merles. So let's say this first. We talking about the American bullies. Okay? And then we could be talking about any bullies. And for real, we could be talking about anything with the Merle coat. A Merle it's a genetic gene that they get from a different line of dogs. Okay, and the most popular dog with the Merle gene is a dog that a lot of people ain't heard of. Okay, and they call it the leopard dog, or the real name for it is the Catahoula. The Catahoula leopard dog. Okay, now them dogs been dated back to be some of the oldest dogs with the Merle coat. Okay. I want to say they was developed. Okay, let me say this. They very popular in states like New Orleans, Louisiana, because that's where they call them the leopard dogs. They call the Louisiana, leopard dogs. So they took these dogs back in the 16th century and they started making them with different dogs. They started making them with more powerful dogs because the leopard dog or the Catahoula, it's a very athletic dog, first of all. It's a hunting dog. So for it being a hunting dog, you know it's got to be athletic. Ain't nothing athletic that has to, that works. if you got a working dog, and any type of work you do, more than likely, it's gonna be an athletic dog. So the Catahoula is very athletic. They do just as much as the they do just as much. You can kind of compare them to the man, I hate when I get like this. You can compare them to the Malinois, okay? And I like to say the other name for the Malinois, but right now, since I'm having this brain fart, we just don't say the Malinois. And later on, if I could remember the name, I'll give y'all the name again. But the Malinois, and the Malinois is kind of like a German Shepherd, but it's a little bit more athletic. It has a little bit more energy, and it takes a lot more training, and it has to be working. You cannot get a Malinois and you don't take the dog for long walks and runs. You know, once it get older, you gotta get them out and get them about. And then it's a very good, it's a good breed. It's just, you know, you got a lot of people that are going for the vicious thing and a lot of people going for the looks for real, because to me, possibly all dogs can be made vicious. Not all dogs ain't gonna be made vicious, but a lot of them, most dogs can be made vicious. And I'm not saying all dogs are vicious, but the majority of dogs, you can't make them vicious. Okay, and the Malinois is definitely one. But now we talking about the leopard dog, the Catahoula. And so these dogs were bred to be hunting dogs, herd dogs. They work the herds, you know, they work the cattle, protect the cattle. They had different jobs, but also they was they competition dogs. Like they you can have them doing all type of competitions. Like they one of the dogs that you gonna catch that can jump the highest. A lot of different things they can do that most dogs just can't do. You know, they do the long jumps. You know, kind of like when you watching the Olympics. They got Olympics. They should have made a dog Olympics, or which they halfway did. They just don't call it the Olympics, but that's about what it is. Competition, you know, they call it competition because it got a competitive nature as well. Now, if I rated them, the Belgian Malinois. There we go. I'm back. The Belgian Malinois. That's the name of it. Okay, and then they also got another name they go by that people may call them. But I go with the Belgian Malinois. That's what I recognize them by. But like I was saying though, perfect dog. All the way around the board. Beautiful, man. Beautiful, y'all. Beautiful. Y'all listening to me? Check them out. You'll love them. I would love to have them. But they are very, very high-strung dogs, meaning the energy levels on them are through the roof. And if you don't want to get up and walk and do different things of that nature, leave the Malinois where it's at. Don't bother it. Let it stay doing what it was doing. Let the puppy stay where it's at. Because them the dogs that you can't get and you don't want to do nothing with them. It just don't work like that. They'll drive you crazy. You keeping them in the house and not having activities, you know, they not the type of dog that you can, you know, let them outside, go pee, run around, and then bring them back and put them up like I do Bullies. You know, you gotta, Bullies, they can go out. You can give a bully a quick 15, 20-minute run, and believe it or not, they good to go. Because the reason why the bully is like that is because the bully is like that because of the makeup. Most of them, they breathe kind of, you know, hard. They breathe out their nose, a lot of them. So that kind of slows them down. The wind gets wise and makes them tired fast. When you have other dogs that breathe out their mouth, you understand? And dogs that breathe out their mouth have a lot more, they can do a lot more movement, longer time movement, than anything. So, but we said I based this here on the Merle trait. We was talking about the Merle trait, of course. And this trait came out of, as far as like, you know, like now if you want to go find them, you gonna go and you gonna go dance around places like Louisiana. You gonna have to get in the country, and you also gonna have to do your homework, because you're gonna have to find them, because everybody don't have them, because they extremely rare, and but now they're growing in popularity. People are starting to learn about them. They never really knew about them, because the Catahoula, now, most of the time, you gonna see them, they gonna have the spots on them. They gonna have the spots. They also gonna have the #1 trait. You see, they also gonna have a #1 trait that you always see in the Bullies. They gonna have, I mean, like the Merle Bullies. If you look at the Merle Bullies, 9 times out of 10, if it's a good Merle, and this ain't gonna dictate whether you got a good or bad Merle, but it's just something people look for when they trying to get Merles, okay? When a person trying to get a Merle, and they real Merle seekers, the traits they looking for in the Merle is one eye being a different color from the other eye. That's one of the top signs of a Merle. Of a good Merle, they gonna have different colored eyes. Sometimes you're gonna have a blue eye. Then you may have a gray eye, but you're going to get different color eyes, more than likely. Okay. Even at a puppy, you will be able to see, and you will know it right out the gate when you see them. You will see their eyes. It's never hard to tell a dog that has different color eyes. You always see that. That'd be like the first thing you see when you see them type of dogs. When you see a dog with different color eyes and it's a puppy, you walk up, just like the husky. The husky has it's significant from the eyes, but the husky may have the same color eyes a lot of times, but the Merle is just gonna have that type of eyes that a husky got. It's gonna have that color the husky got, is what I'm trying to say. If y'all following me, they gonna have that look, like they got contacts in their eyes. And that's one of the traits, and that's one of the things you look for when you get in the Merle. Pay attention to the eyes. Now the genetics, the genetics come from different dogs being put together, because most dogs that's ever been created, which is all dogs basically, are made up of different dogs. You got certain dogs that make certain dogs. And, I don't know how many people know these things, but like you got the famous South African Mastiff. That's one of the famous dogs that everybody knows about now. The Mastiff, the South African Mastiff. Everybody's starting to, get them, and everybody's starting to know about them. So they are becoming popular. And but the South African Mastiff is made of two dogs, almost like the Bully, but just a couple, just a little different. They got bulldog in them, and then they had a wild African dog in them, or some of them had a Ridgeback in them. And it's a Mastiff mixed with Old English Old English Bogey. If y'all know what that is, that's like the big bulldog on Tom and Jerry. They are called bogies, B-O-G-G-I-E. So now, them are the big bulldogs. They come like from around the same thing as the American Bulldog, okay? You got the American Bulldog, and then you got the Old English Bogey Bulldogs. And gonna do all that. Cause see, you keep stuff going, and you start a lot of stuff, and ain't nobody got time for that. So we gonna put you on the block. We gonna block you out because you always keep something going with him. Get it. Eat your food. You know, you got that, you got. When we talking about the bogey, hey, quit trying to start stuff. When you looking at the bogey, they beautiful bulldogs. They some of the best looking bulldogs in the bulldog field. Or if not the best. The only one that I would really compare to the bogey would be the American Bulldog. If Bulldog, the American Bully is one of the top bulldogs. They're one of the top bulldogs, and they one of the top. They one of the top. To me, they the top bulldog, not one of the tops. I'm gonna say that different. They the top bulldog. And they'd be nice to breed. They wonderful dogs. I've been around them. Don't outside. Hey, get out of there. Go, come on. Let's go. Go with them. Get on outside. Go. You know, so the American, the old English bogey, that's one of the best bulldogs. So now, that's one of the dogs that they took and they mixed up. I mean, and that's the dog I believe they took to make the South African Barbel. That's what I believe the secret is to the South African Barbel. Cause when you look at the stands on them and you look at the way they made up, you can actually see a lot of the barbel in them. You can see a lot of the barbel in them. Give me that, girl. You can see a lot of the barbel in them. Look at her. She done pushed the doggone thing backwards. Come on now. Quit playing with me. And give me that ball with your little bad self. When you look at that bogey, you can see a lot of the barbel as far as the stands go. The muscles and the head, they got a lot in common. For it not to be a master, they look dang on good together. And so that's how you got. That's how they came up with the South African Barbel, believe it or not. They used the Mastiff and the Bulldog. And now, when you're making band dogs, a band dog is a Mastiff and a Bull as well. So like, people say band dogs now, but they don't understand that band dogs been around. They just didn't call them band dogs. So if you basically, when you got a barbel, that lands up under band dog because it's got the bulldog in it along with the mastiff. So them your two dogs that make a band dog, a bull and a mastiff. Now, they don't ever say exactly what bull or what mastiff you gotta have to make a band dog. So any bull and any mastiff can be a band dog. Now, if you want it to be a Merle, then somehow you're gonna have to take you would have to take like a Merle and then put it with the bulldog and then turn around and put that dog with the mastiff. You can create some dogs. You can actually create your own dog breed. But the Merle, you have to be careful when you're talking about Merles, because the thing with Merles, a lot of guys mix dogs with dogs because of looks, because of the body that the dog may have. And that's cool when you just into making some dogs. That's cool. But in reality, you really want to put the right dogs together. You want to take top-notch breeds. You want to get dogs that's got a good blood in them before you start mixing them and matching them together. My advice always is make sure that when you ready to start, make sure you do your research and figure out exactly what's gonna make what, because the thing is, people are very picky when it comes to buying expensive dogs. With the dog being expensive, they have questions. They want to know certain things. And some of the stuff people want to know really be irrelevant. Because they might ask you, what do the grandparents look like? And you like, okay, the grandparents, and you let them know what the grandparents were. And I guess I'm going to recant that statement. Ain't no bad questions if you want to know what you want to know about the dog. I'm going to take that back. Ain't no question, but no. Sometimes I think you can come up, if a person thinks hard enough, they can come up with a crazy question. They can come up with a crazy question. So I ain't gonna say that. It is a lot of times you gonna come against some questions that probably don't really matter. And I think a lot of times when a person really has all them questions about the dogs, they may not be able to really afford the dog, or that's their way of manipulating you to, sell your dog a little cheaper so they can get a good steal. But a lot of times when you lay your eyes on the dog, a lot of times you know when it's the one. You see it and you tell yourself, that's the one. That's the one. A lot of times you can do that and you can tell, which one is the one. And when I say the one, I mean the one for you. Because it's different dogs for different people. That's why I say you gotta do your research. You gotta know what you're looking for. Because I had got a special request today from somebody, and they seen my South African barber, and they asked me. They said, if I want a dog from that dog right there, can you give me one? And they was like, I don't care about nothing and nothing. I just want a puppy from that dog. And I'm like, well, yeah. But I tried to kind of refer them to, where they could get a puppy right now, but it's not going to be from him. But it's going to be that type of dog. And they was like, no, that ain't what I want. I want one of his puppies. And so I kind of put my foot in my mouth and told him, yeah, because the truth is, I don't know when I'm going to breed Diego. I might breed Diego to Nigers. I may not. Because Nigers, what I want out of Nigers, I want to go and handpick me a puppy straight from Africa. That's really what I want to do. And I want to go and I want to see, some of the best dogs that they had to offer. And I would love to get, the litter. I would love to get my dog from there or get my stud from over there. And a lot of times I believe in having a stud right on my yard. I really don't like to go outside my yard and pay for a stud because then somebody else dog helped me make my puppies what they are, and I gotta share the credit. And I'm not stingy or selfish, but when it comes to the dog game and the business game, it's just like Dr. Dre in the music game. You don't see nobody else's name on Dr. Dre beats. When you look and see who made the beat, it's gonna say Dr. Dre. It ain't gonna say Dr. Dre and it's gonna say Dr. Dre. Because that's how Dr. Dre like to keep his name. Dr. Dre wants you to know, this me. So I'm kind of the same way. All the puppies that I have now, these puppies in here, I actually bred and made these puppies myself. Everything I used was on my yard, and it's still on my yard. So if I want to make them again, I have that option, see. You always have that option because if it goes well, and then it goes extremely well, you're gonna want to do that again because you're going to have so many people wanting them that you're going to miss some people because the dog can only lay so many puppies. But you're going to have so many people that was, you know, trying to get one, but they sold out or something like that, because it don't take long to really sell a litter of puppies. You can go to the gas station. You can go anywhere and sell a litter of puppies if you're not selling online. You know, me, I like to do both. Personally, I like to sell them online, but I also like to sell them in person because when I sell them in person, they gonna be around. You know, I'll be in touch with the person, or if I don't feel like the dog being took care of, I can come back and get the dog. And believe me, I will come back and get a dog if it's not being treated. You know, if it look like it's not, it's the way it's supposed to be, if it don't look like it's healthy, I will go get my dogs back, because I make a policy with people when I sell them a dog, and if they breeding, you know, in the clause, I always would like to have a puppy back if they breeding them to the right litter, or if they come back to me and get the stud, then a lot of times I will, you know, I would want a puppy out of it. That's just the business. You know, it's a lot of people that do that, because that's the way you get a junior. Last experience we had was like what's up, boy? We was talking about, we started off talking about the genetic in the Merles, right? And where the Merles come from. That's really what we was basing this today off of. Cause I have Merles, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I got 3 Merles. I got 3 actual Merles right now in her, but I have 1, 2, 3, 3 solids that had a Merle gene. She has a Merle gene, and he also has a Merle gene. And the reason they got the Merle gene is because my black one right here, Bubble Out of Crazy, his daddy was a Merle. And that's really why I be wanting to breed them, because when you got the Merle gene in your dog, if you don't get a Merle, you gonna get a color that's unusual. You gonna get, or should I say, you gonna get a color that's you gonna get a color that's extraordinary. You gonna get a color like you ain't never seen before, cause that's just what they produce. Cause Miss Sinatra, she's a blue, but she's a real blue. She's not gray. She's actually like blue, like a blue crayon. So, and she, her daddy is a Merle, of course, and he's a red Merle. And what I did with them was I put the red Merle, I put a red Merle with a blue, with a solid blue. And I got go outside. Come on, go. Look, girl, get your go. Hey, go outside. Get outside. Go. Get outside. Now go. Go. And go get some water. And so, excuse me, y'all. Y'all know how this go when I come in here. This the joint right here. This almost like the number house. Back in the day, it's the dog pound. It's the dog house. But so you know, the Merle for some reason always puts out an extraordinary color. It don't ever fail. Hey, come here, little girl. Come on here. Come here. Get down. Come on here. Come here. Come on. Come here. This the blue right here. You see how blue she is? She blue. And she bad too. Get on in there. Go. Alright, she's so bad I ain't know I left the thing open. So, and then I got, get back, boy. Get back. I got little boy Blue. Little boy Blue, he's an extraordinary blue color himself. And these dogs are like a blue that me personally, before I produced them, I've never seen nobody with them. Nobody. Like, I mean, not nobody. When I say nobody, and I ain't just saying that because they my dogs. I'm saying that because I mean it. I'm not the only person that's gonna say it. If you gonna do your homework on what I produce, you gonna hear a lot of people say, man, that dude dogs be colorful. You know, I shoot a lot of times for not just color, but I shoot for color. And reason being, you know, when you put certain dogs together, you know exactly what you're gonna get already. And that's kind of like something that I don't do. I don't want to know what I'm gonna get. I don't be wanting to know what I'm gonna get immediately. I like it to be a surprise. I like for it to be a surprise. You know, I like to sit there. I like to sit there when mama start having them. I like to sit there and watch them come out, and I like to see, you know, what's coming out as it come out. You know, so Cause what I did was like I did a little bit of a test run on my last litters. I took a blue, I took a gray, I took a gray tiger stripe and I put it with a black. And every dog I got out the litter was blue. Every one of them except for one. And that was her, she was black. All the rest of them was blue. And I mean just blue, just solid blue. I mean, and you know, but they was a beautiful, they was a beautiful blue. Like I said before, they was an extraordinary blue. A blue that you ain't used to. A blue that you don't see often. And be like, oh yeah, that's a blue, cause when blues first touched down, when blue pit bulls first touched the ground, you had a lot of people that was into them. They cause like they was a different, they brought something different to the game. Move, what? They had brought something different to the game. They had came with bigger bone structures. They kind of look like dinosaurs when they first came. And they was huge. Like one of my buddies, he had his brother actually bought a blue back from I want to say Atlanta, but I don't want to be wrong. But I believe Atlanta was where he bought that blue back from. But this blue, he was so big, his head was so big. And you know, we was calling them pit bulls, blue pits. When I believe from, you know, looking now, that they was bullies. You know, everything been bullies. Everything people been calling pit bulls most of the time has been bullies for a long time. But everybody's so used to bully that when they do get a pit bull, they don't know that they got a pit, or, you know, vice versa. They'll tell you, oh man, this is a bully, or this is a pit, and then it'll be a bully. A pit bull, I ain't never seen a Merle pit bull. And I'm going to sit here and say that right now. I've never seen a Merle pit bull that was full-blooded. And you ain't going to see one. Why? Because the pit bull don't put out Merle. You know, you gotta put something in it to get something out of it. And a lot of people a lot of people breed and put dogs together and really don't even know what they got or what they putting together. They just go with the flow and tell you what you want to hear so they can get a few dollars out your pocket. You know, me, that's something I don't agree with. I like people to know what they really get. Like, I don't want you to feel fooled. Like, I don't want you to figure out, and then, you know, I tell you one thing, then later on in the game, you come back and you tell me, you know, that wasn't right, or, you know, it tarnished my name. So That's one thing I don't do. I don't play with people. I don't tell people anything. And I don't, everybody say this, but sometimes you just gotta look at the proof and you gotta pay attention. Because I've bought dogs that I believe had pit bull in it, regardless of what the papers say or any of that. Papers can say, it's a bully and whatever. But in all actuality, it'll have pit bull in it. And a pit bull and a bully, two different dogs. So now, you can get a bull pit. You can definitely get a bull pit, meaning you can mix a bully and a pit bull, and you can get, and that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a bully and a pit bull mixed, of course. So you're gonna call it a bull pit. That's the name for it. And as crazy as it sounds, I know people will say, well, why would they call it a bull pit if it's a pit bull? Because you gotta know the difference in what you're getting. And a lot of people don't be knowing the difference in what they get. They just get what a person give them and they listen to them. And a lot of times people be having good dogs. That's one thing I don't ever knock about what a lot of people do. They be having some good looking dogs. But a dog, when you get a dog from a puppy, it's not much that you really gonna be able to guess about the dog. Okay? They just like kids. When your baby born, your little baby, sweet and cute and all that. But you don't know if he gonna graduate from high school. You don't know if he gonna get counseled. You don't know what's gonna happen when he's a baby. You can pray and hope for the best, but until that's what it becomes, until they grow up, then you just not gonna know. And it's the same thing with puppies. I respect the health certificates and all that dogs give. But to me, that's just another form of a way for a breeder to make more money. The more paperwork they give you, the more the dog gonna cost. So you gotta know that. So a person give you and tell you they gonna give you 1 million pieces of paper, then go on and look for the dog to cost you $3,000-4,000 because of the paperwork. I used to say that I wasn't gonna be taxing and selling my dogs that high. But what the reality is, the cost of having puppies, it ain't cheap. You lose money in different ways. Like if you got a job and you go to work every day, and that's how you get paid. Your dog have their first litter. You gotta take off for 3 days. You understand? You can't leave the dog at home to have the puppies to take care of the puppies on her own and she ain't never had a litter before. She won't know. They don't always take care of them right. Some dogs may get, you know, antsy and panic, and you gotta be there. You gotta be there to cool that dog down. You gotta be there. You gotta be there to give that dog mental support, because this her first litter. This her very first litter. So you take 3 days off work. What's that? 300, 400, depending on what type of job you got. And then once you lose like that, you lose in a whole bunch of different ways. Also, still, you start losing all the way around the board, because, and the reason being is because everything has a chain reaction. If you gotta take off work for 3 days, you're missing 3 days worth of pay. You taking a chance of losing your job possibly. If it goes on the point system and you call in too often, it's a lot of things that can cost. You know, you gotta make sure that the mama dog is healthy all through her pregnancy stage. And you know, that vet bills, when you gotta take puppies to the vet and you gotta litter up puppies, it's not cheap. I'm gonna tell you that right now. So when you see a breeder and they show you online that they at the vet with the puppies, they try to let you know that puppy gonna cost you some money. That's the whole reason they even show you that they at the vet. It's to let you know, so when you ask and you want to know how much they cost, then they gonna give you a heck of a number. 3,000, 2,500 and things like that. And some dogs go up way more, just depending on who you get it from. You know, you get a dog from a popular person. Just say you get a dog like from Outcast. Big boy on Outcast. He breeding Chinese chows now, but he was breeding, you know, Bullies. And a lot of people gonna argue with me and say he was breeding pit bulls. Just like Gemini Kennels. He say Bullies. Me, hey, that's just my opinion. I feel like he gonna say pit bulls. I mean, I feel like he had Bullies, because the pit bull natural weight is the highest a pit bull gonna weigh is supposed to be 65 pounds. That's the largest, 65 pounds. 65 pounds is not a big dog, okay? But that's the pit bull weight. What did you do? Let me see if you do what I think you done. Cause you what you doing in there? Huh? Oh, you ain't doing nothing. That's colors over here. You know, a pit bull natural weight. The heaviest a pit bull is supposed to be is 65 pounds. And the bottom line is this: the genetics of the pit bull, full-blooded pit bull, it's not gonna give you no more heavier weight. It's not gonna give you that. It's not gonna give you a heavier weight. you know, it's gonna stop where it stopped because that's what it is. But you get a lot of people who coming in first. Come on, girl. Go on in there. You know, you gonna get. Come here and eat. Come on, boy. Come here. Come here. Come on, come on, come on. Hey. Come on here. Come here. Come on, man. Come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. That's your sister. I keep telling you. Ready, set, up. You can't make with her, man. You can't do that. That's your sister. You cannot do that. So, you know, the pit bull, man, is gonna weigh, the pit bull ain't gonna weigh no more than 65 pounds. They start getting heavier than that. Yeah, when they start weighing more than that, then you gotta go back to the drawing board and you gotta look and see what it is somebody gave you. Come on. You want some water? Come on. Now this right here is colors. Look at the camera, color. Colors, he got 7 colors. That's why his name Colors. You see him? Bad Mama Jama. Colors. My dogs, they bullies. But if you look at all of them, they not heavy. They not huge. They standard size and they got standard weight. The reason is because, like I tell people all the time, just like the human being, when a dog get too much weight on them, you start having health problems. You start having different health problems. And once you start having those, you know, it's pretty much hard. It's pretty much hard to for the dog to have a comfortable lifestyle anymore after that. You know, because of the health issues that they have. If they have a hip dysplasia, you know, which comes in a lot of huge dogs, period. The bullies, they get hip dysplasia because, like I said, a lot of people be breeding. A lot of people is breeding for size. They breed for size now instead of health. You know, you're supposed to breed for health. You know, but everybody ain't gonna do what's right. Everybody ain't gonna do what they supposed to do. So you can't look up and expect everybody to take care of business the way they supposed to take care of business. They gon' put the tricks in it. You know, they gon' do the slickness, and then they gon' push the dog off onto the buyer, and then the buyer ain't gonna know nothing about the problems the dog gonna have because ain't nobody gonna tell you. Ain't nobody gonna say, oh yeah, when this dog gets a certain age, listen, his hips gonna fall off on you. People don't do that. They gonna tell you, oh man, these dogs perfect. Beautiful dogs. And they gonna tell you whatever game they gonna tell you, they gonna run it. And they gonna make it sound good, look good. And then when you get that dog, once he get a certain age, it start having all these problems. And you just like, what the heck? And then these problems, believe it, and what's important about, what the reason it's important to know this stuff is because when you start having these type of problems, what I can tell you is this. You know how much it costs to get a motor put in your car when your motor go out? It get pretty expensive. When these dogs get health issues, it's just like putting a motor in your car. It get expensive. It ain't cheap. It goes, it starts at, who is that? Cut that stuff out. It starts at thousands of dollars. You understand? Like it gets really expensive. We talking thousands of dollars to get your dog back to health. And you'll be like, what happened? I wonder why the dog just all of a sudden got like that. It didn't just all of a sudden get like that. It been had the issues, and what it was you just didn't know it. You just didn't know that it had the issues that it had because the people didn't tell you about it. They didn't tell you, that they dog sit down sideways and his hips started having problems when he was a certain age. And this is a common problem. Like, you do your homework, you will find out that, 2 out of 5 dogs end up having hip problems because the breeder didn't tell them the truth about the dog's health. They give you these certificates of health. But now, if you want to know really about your dog and you gonna get a dog like that, what you really supposed to do really is you ask to see the litter mates. You ask to see the brothers and sisters. Or you ask to see the ones, from their first litter, if they got any or know where any of them at. You ask them, can you see one of the first puppies that was actually born out the first litter? You just be like, hey, can you take me, or can you refer me or give me a referral to, a dog that you done show? Because if they've been in the business for years, okay, they should have at least 2 different generations. And you always want to go back to the very first generation because that's the oldest generation. And if it's any health issues going, them where you gonna see them at, because I know a guy that bought he bought a South African Barbel, and the guy he bought him from was supposed to have been a reputable dealer, breeder. And he bought this expensive dog for about $5,000, and the dog had got hip dysplasia at, I believe he said 13 months. So he hadn't had the dog no time. And he was thinking like maybe he did it to the dog because the dog jumped. I see you out there. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking at you, make sure you ain't turned nothing up. And so, the dog, he seen the dog had got the hip dysplasia. So he kind of wanted to wonder if the dog did it to itself. And I had to explain to him that, no, the dog didn't do that to himself. What happened was the guy that you got the dog from, he just didn't tell you, what was going on, with the dog. And he didn't tell you about the genetics of his dog. So you bought a puppy, you gave him the money, and now he didn't want to take responsibility for the dog. When the guy that purchased the dog, he actually really could have made the guy liable for the dog hips. He actually could have made the man liable because when you breed in South African Barbers, and that's why I be so careful with them, because when you breed them, it's certain rules and things that fall in place with the South African Barbel as far as like appraising them. They have to be appraised at a certain age. They have to be appraised at a certain age. And then if you have a situation like the guy had that I'm talking about, he could have took that Barbel breeder to court, and he could have won because the man didn't want to take no responsibility of this dog health problem. But this dog fell with hip dysplasia at too young of an age. 13, that's just turning a year. 13 months old. This Barbel hadn't ever had that type of problem that early. But it did. And he went and spoke to the guy and told him, about what was going on with the dog. And the man basically, told him that it wasn't nothing he could do about it. It wasn't nothing. He wasn't willing to give him another dog or anything. And the rules to the Barbel was clear as day. If the dog don't appraise outright, if the dog have any type of health conditions, at a very early stage, you're supposed to get another puppy. And you're supposed to get another puppy, and it's not supposed to cost you or anything. You're supposed to get that dog for free. He's supposed to take the dog back or let you keep it, and he's supposed to replace the dog. But the guy didn't want to go through all that, so he just kind of left it alone. But it put him at a standstill because he wanted to become a breeder with with his two dogs. And now he was like, I don't want to sell, I don't want to breed no puppies. And then they end up with the same health condition that his dog ended up with. And that's understood. And that's okay. But at the same time, he should have took that dog. He should have fought. Because he could have won in court. Hip dysplasia, 13 months old. Should the dog be replaced? Definitely. And we talking about the South African Bullies. Now, another dog or any other dogs, I can't really tell you, how exactly how it is with them, but I know, I'm pretty sure they get health certificates. But I'm also pretty sure that they not gonna guarantee you much with them. They gonna give you the health certificate just to let you know that they had their dogs looked at and all that, but at the same time, that health certificate to me is a piece of paper. And sometimes you just can't do nothing about you can't do nothing about some stuff. Like, if your dog gets sick, some things is basically what I'm saying, a lot of things out of your control. But the things that you can control, or the things that you can do something about, you gotta do something about it. Because see, that dealer is getting away. And that dealer probably sold a lot of people dogs like that. And probably has a lot of people, he probably gave dogs, or all the dogs in that particular litter. And sometimes, people just don't know that the dog is going, that the dogs, they gonna come out like that. And I understand that, but this the thing. When you reputable and the dog come out like that, replace the dog. Come on. Replace the dog. That's the rules when you start breeding South African Bullies. And if you're not somebody that can, you can't replace them. If things like that happen, then you shouldn't be breeding that particular dog. Then you shouldn't be breeding the Bully because it's a serious business. It's one of the dogs that they trying to keep pure. They not trying to mix them with anything or none of that. Hey, folks, you ready, big boy? Come on, let's go. Come on. Come on. Go on now. Go on, boy. Hey, good boy. So they trying to keep the breed pure. because they know a lot of people cut these dogs and mixing them with certain things. And I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to make my dog. I wanted to take my barbel and made him with a bully because I want to see what it do because the barbel, like I told y'all, the barbel simply is a bulldog mixed with a mastiff. Now, bully, Staffordshire Terrier, most of the time the Staffordshire mixed with the bulldog. And you know, I was talking about what I was talking about because I wanted to see what it was gonna do. But then when I learned that, you know, that they don't, that ain't what's up because they trying to keep the breed pure. And if you gonna be a barbel guy, then you gotta play by the barbel rules. And I understand that, so I respect it. And that's what made me say, okay, I ain't gonna mix the dog. But I'm pretty sure it's on the way. And I'm pretty sure it's already done. Somebody somewhere, you know, done it, but they not considering them dogs a breed when you do that. You ain't gonna do that. And they call it like you got a chow mixed with a bully. It's a chow bull or bull chow. Yeah, bull chow, I believe. And I know a lot of people are listening and say a chow mixed with a bully. But when you look at it, it's one of the most beautiful dogs you can find like on the mix end. They like them two dogs together or you know, just beautiful. Like recently I'm trying to remember what it is. The last dog I seen, it was a Rottweiler. It was a rock mixed with it was a rock mixed with a cane corso. Rottweiler cane corso mix. That's another mix that makes a beautiful dog. The Rottweiler and the cane corso makes some outstanding looking dogs. And I mean that, I mean outstanding. And you know, all I do all day long is look at dogs on my phone. I don't really look at too much else. I normally just look at dogs. I don't look at a lot of stuff on my phone, but animals. And when I tell you, beautiful is beautiful. And then lately, it's a new breed out. And you know, I don't know who know about the newest breed or one of the newest breeds that's out. You lick my hat, man. You lick my hoodie. Thank you, man. Hey, you. Come on, man. You know better than that. Cut that stuff out. Cut it out. And so, you know, you got this new breed out, man. Dude actually created this breed. I don't know how long he had this breed out, but I guess he just now perfecting it all the way. So he's starting to put the dog out for people to know about it. And it's called a Borz's Hound. Hun. B-O-R-Z-H-U-N-D. 2 words. Borz's Hun. B-O-R-D and then H-U-N-D. Hey, it looked like the Canis Panther dog. And what I believe he made this dog with, I believe he created this dog with the Doberman. I believe he created the dog with a Doberman. And my reason for believing that is because they doing heavy comparisons to the Borz's Hun and the Doberman. Yeah, they doing a lot of comparison with the Borz's Hun and the Doberman. Now, it's almost like it kind of look on the side of the Cane Corso too, but it's like an XL Doberman. You know, it's like an XL Doberman. And I ain't gonna lie, I really wanna get with that guy. I wanna get with dude who's creating these dogs. I would love to get with him and get me a couple of them and start to breed them myself. Because when I tell you these are some nice dogs, they nice. And I want to believe that they weight goes up to about, I believe he said the males get up to 90 pounds. Females get up to about 70. But they are some dogs. They are like, you have to see them to believe them. Like, you gotta look them up and you gotta see them. They look like they could be in the ring. They look like they could be fighters. They look like they got fighting in them. I don't know. I would love to get one and just raise it and be able to see exactly, you know, how the dog performs, how it guard. Because looking at them on the telephone or, you know, on the computer, you know, it show you, but it don't show you what you really want to see. You know, it don't give you that look that you really want. You really want to see it. And it don't give you that, like you know, it'll make you say, I gotta see him in person. Cause the phone may be overdoing them. And if the phone ain't overdoing them, then if the phone underdoing them, then it's like whoa. But if the phone is If the phone accurate on the looks and all that, then that's what it really looked like. Then it's a winner for sure. It's a winner hands down. Like, this is like one of the best looking dogs. If we gonna go with the eyes, it's one of the best looking dogs you can see. Or if we had to judge how vicious the dog looks, just from looks, if you judge the you know, if you wanted to say which dog looks the meanest, he gonna beat a whole bunch of dogs. He gonna beat a lot of dogs hands down because that's how pretty this dog looks. And anybody that's seen the Cantus, the Panther, the Cantus Panther, then they know this dog look, it's put you in the mind of the Cantus Panther, but it looks a little bit better than the Cantus Panther. It's got a little bit more of a more vicious look than the Cantus Panther. But at the same time, because I like the Cantus Panther as well. Cantus Panther is another nice breed. As far as looks go, let me say that. The Cantus Panther is a beautiful dog. You know how something be ugly but be beautiful. Them suckers look like that. You know they already look like Dracula dogs. They already look like Dracula dogs, but they it's all dependent on the person and what you call good looking. Cause what look good to me might not look good to you. But I know I got a good eye for dogs, and I know what a good dog looks like on sight. And this dog he got, it's one of the ones. It's gonna be a popular dog in the next, 2 years or so. Next, I give it 2 years, it'll be all over. It'll be all over the world. Yeah. And I can put a guarantee on that. It'll be all over the world in the next 2 years or so. So, all right, we riding. Y'all ready? We finna go in here with the barbers now. It's a little raining outside, so I'm gonna try to take us outside and let them run and play. Let y'all see them. I hope everybody had a great Valentine's Day. Not good, but great. And one more thing, y'all, before we go any further, let's give a moment of silence to all the victims of dog attacks, violent murders, and vicious dog attacks that left people dead. Let's give a moment of silence for those people, please. All right, thank you. I appreciate everybody that did that. Because, I really respect the dead. And that's like the biggest problem I got with the youth today is that they don't respect the dead. They talk about smoking people in blunts and all that stuff. But, even, you know, if it's your enemy and he dead, then he dead, you won. Man, leave that thing where it's at. You know what I mean? Stop trying to diss them and make everybody else mad. I don't know why they do that, man. They don't think about them people that's dead. They don't think about their mamas. And I guess the people that's dead probably done did enough to where people really don't care what they mamas think. But when you win, you won. And that's the bottom line. And a lot of people are in jail and incarcerated because they ain't know how to leave well enough alone. They had to keep talking about, they had to keep going on, and they had to make songs about the person instead of just letting them be dead. They had to come back and say, ha ha, you died, and this and that and whatever else, and then boom. People come and pick them up, and there you have it. But that ain't here or there. We gonna get in, and we gonna go check out these warbles and these other bullies, because she might have done did me a favor and used the bathroom down there. I know she good for it, but I'm waiting on that day that we go in there and she help and ain't use it. I'm really waiting on that day. And I'm trying to get in there to her and see if today that day, cause she getting better at holding, but she still using it. So, but I know a dog gotta get out, and that be one of the big reasons why she used the bathroom, because I be trying to hit her every top of the hour, and sometimes that's too long. Sometimes she gotta, you gotta have her, and you gotta run them every 30 minutes, every half an hour or so. So we finna roll and we finna go check these barbers out. Stay with me, y'all. I'm glad to see y'all here tonight. Even the people that don't like to see them in cages. Appreciate you joining us still. So we gonna make sure before they come out here, they got some fresh water. Cause you know it's late where I'm at. So, but this when I do my thing. This when I train dogs a lot. I need to start letting y'all see my sessions where I be doing my training this time of night. Well, I done showed y'all some. Let's see Diego at the door. There you go. Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy. Come on. Come on, big boy. Come on, big boy. Let them see you. All right. That's Diego, y'all. That's my South African master, big boy. You know, he probably ain't nothing right now, but about, come on, go on out. I dropped his weight down because, like I was just talking about their hips, I have to protect his hips because he almost 6 years old. So let's see what she done. Little girl, you gonna move into the penthouse today? Did you keep it clean? Come on, let me see you. Get up. Come on. Did you keep it clean? Oh, we got us one. Come on, go on outside. Come on, little girl. She be moving around looking for stuff. I don't know what she be looking for. Go on outside. Now that right there, what you see that's 5 months old, y'all. Okay? And that's just turning 5 months because, well, yeah, I could say that. Because I was just looking at another picture of her that I had. And it was It was 4 months ago, and I was just getting her, and the picture was in December. Was that December? January, February. Well, no, I'll take that back. It didn't have the month on her. It just said 4 months ago. So, but she 5 months old is my point, and she big. She already should be nearing. She ought to be going there about. She probably about 65, 70 pounds or so. Cause I know a male barbel should be about 100 pounds at 6 months old. Diego weighed 140 pounds when he was 7 months old. It was either 130 or 140. And I remember so much because I was amazed at how big he was when I had took him to the vet. Because I had got his rabies shot. Because I normally do all my own shots and worming. So she wanted to drink up all the water so she can pee all night. Go potty. You see how she done. See, now I gotta take the water from her because if not, she'll come back over here and she'll drink some more. Good potty. Good girl. And I shouldn't have said that till she was done. Good girl, good potty. Good girl. Good girl, Nigel. Go finish. So when we get in, I'm definitely gonna treat her up for that. There she go. I told y'all, I'ma get her. I'm gonna get her. She already laying down and sitting down. So she just got a lot of energy, but she learning. She lay down and sit down. She been sitting down for probably almost 2 months now. Like, she learned how to sit down so fast. It was amazing. It was almost like somebody had already trained her, but I know they didn't because she was so young. Go. Because, see, she finna come back to that water. Get on, go on and go. Come on. Go move around. Because I normally take her and put her up. She use the bathroom so she'll know. Because if I keep letting her drink that water, then she'll go right back to you. Hey, get away from that. Go on. Get away from that. Good girl. Good job. And see, she even know what that means. I taught her that. I've been working with her. I work with her all the time. This the time of night I work with my dogs because it's quiet and ain't nobody around. Their attention, her attention